My name is Kelly and I'm a physical therapist and I specialize in oncology, lymphedema, and women's health. On this channel I go through different tips and tricks to help minimize side effects and symptoms so that you can get back to focusing on what's most important in life. So if you want to learn the best technique on dry brushing from a lymphedema therapist, keep watching. Using a natural soft bristle brush, brushing is going to help stimulate the lymphatic system for lymphedema, lipedema, and other skin changes from aging. It's extremely inexpensive and really easy to do. You can even do it daily, and it's best prior to a shower or bathing. It's always done on dry, fresh skin without any lotions or oils on it. Be sure to avoid any areas that you may have sensitive or broken skin, as well as any areas that you may have any signs of infection. Your pressure should be firm, but you should not have any irritation from it. If your skin appears red or irritated, discontinue using the brushing and talk to your doctor. There are no set guidelines on how long you need to spend doing your brushing. It can take anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes all the way up to 15 to 20. You can cover the entire body or just focus on an area that may be a problem for you. So if you look around online or on YouTube on various videos on dry brushing, they're going to tell you to move everything towards the heart. However, let's think about the lymphatic system. So we know the lymphatic system sits right under the skin. There are deeper vessels that go to the heart. However, the vessels that are right under the skin, which are going to be affected mostly by the dry brushing, actually go to your lymph nodes in your armpit, in your head neck region, and in your groin region. So therefore, it likely will be more effective if you focus your brushing towards your lymph nodes under your skin rather than everything going towards the heart. If you do any manual lymph drainage for your symptoms or lymphedema, you know that we move the fluid away from the affected lymph nodes and to other various parts of the body. You can use your dry brushing in the exact same format. If you're interested in seeing what manual lymph drainage is and how we do that, I will put some links down below for videos I've created on manual lymph drainage for various parts of the body. So for example, if you had lymph nodes taken out from this right arm or right axilla area, then you don't want to move all your fluid towards that armpit because that area is compromised. So what you want to do is focus on all the fluid in this region to move across the body towards the healthy lymph nodes on the other side or down the body towards your lymph nodes in your groin area. Again, you overall want to think about the same component or same process that you do for manual lymph drainage. Okay, so the first thing you want to start with for your dry brushing is your abdomen area. You have a lot of deep lymphatic nodes and lymphatic vessels that can help get the fluid moving out from your legs and your arms back to the heart. And so when you take your brush, you're going to do it on your bare skin, but you're going to do small brush strokes upwards around your abdomen, all over each area, spending about a minute or two in each area, or if you have a more problem area, to spend more time there. Then from there, we're gonna go first through the arm or the upper extremity, and then we'll go through a leg, and I will put notes down below of where you can fast forward to each of these areas. So for the upper extremity, we talked about you have lymph nodes and lymph vessels that work towards your armpit areas. And so when we think about the lymphatic system, we want to get the fluid moving to the lymph nodes to then get out of the body. However, there are two different routes here. If you do not have a dysfunction in your lymphatic system, you do not have lymphedema, you can move directly towards that armpit. So think about drawing a line down the middle of your body and across at your belly button, and that area or that quadrant will go through that armpit or that arm. If you do have lymphedema or you are at risk for lymphedema, we don't want to bring more fluid to this area because it can get backed up. We want to think about using what we call the anastomosis to help get the fluid moving out from one side to the other or down from the side towards the groin. So those who do not have a compromised lymphatic system, what you're going to do if we think about this side is we're going to take the chest wall and move everything towards the armpit. So your strokes will be towards the armpit, across the chest, up from the side of the chest, and around. If you have trouble or want to reach your back, you want to get one of the dry brushes with the long handle so that you can reach. But you're going to do a couple minutes in each area towards the armpit. Now, if you do have a compromised or lymphatic dysfunction, you're not gonna go towards these lymph nodes, you're gonna go across the body or toward the groin. So, coming away from that area that is dysfunction, bringing all the way across to the other or healthy side, or you can come down the side of the chest wall towards the groin area, doing small strokes all the way down. So for either though, you are gonna work upwards towards the arm and out of the arm. So think about in quadrants, so upper arm, lower arm, and hand. And we're gonna start with the upper arm, and you're just gonna do the strokes up the arm, out towards the shoulder or towards the armpit area. You can focus and make sure you get all areas of the arm with small little strokes up and around. After a minute or two there, then you go to the lower arm. So all the way up in each area of the arm. And again, if you have a problem area, you can focus more in this area, but otherwise you can brush through quickly. After you've done the lower arm, then you're gonna do the hand. You can do the back of the hand and the fingers. And then when you've gotten to the end of the hand, you can work your way back up. So working with the back of the hand, and then up into the lower arm, all the way, and doing all areas, making sure you get around the elbow area. And then once you've done a minute or so there, then you work back up into the upper arm towards the armpit area. Once you get back all the way up the arm, you can come back to the front of the chest and work out of that area, all the way down or all the way across if you do have that dysfunction, so the fluid's not sitting right there. So that's a really quick rundown of the upper extremity or arm for dry brushing. We work downwards to clear the area and then back up to help drain the lymphatic system. All the fluids working back out of the arm towards the heart area or specifically towards the lymphatic nodes, whichever ones are the healthiest for you. Okay, so now we're gonna go through the lower extremity or the leg. It doesn't matter for this part of the body if you have a normal lymphatic system or a dysfunction such as lymphedema. You still have to work the fluid moving out of the area and through the groin. So you are gonna work in quadrants, starting with the upper part of the leg and working with your dry brush in short strokes upwards towards the groin. Working in all areas, outside, inside, and around. If you have a lot of swelling in one spot, especially behind the leg, just spend a little bit more time there. But again, making sure that you're being soft enough that you don't cause any irritation or skin breakdown. After you've done there, you can work into the knee, where you would work around the kneecap area, making sure that you get around the sides. And then when you're ready, you're going to work down in the lower leg, starting with the bottom and working your way upwards towards your knee. And you do have lymph nodes behind your knee, and so you want to make sure that you're working behind the knee as well to get those areas stimulated, to get the fluid moving out. Once you spend a couple minutes on the lower leg or whatever time you need, then you can work towards the top of the foot and around towards the toes, and even on the underside of the foot and the heel. Working up and around towards the sides, doing a couple minutes there. Once you've gotten all the way down the leg, then you're gonna work your way back up. So starting with the foot, doing a little bit follow through with your foot, and then doing up the leg. And again, I'm going pretty quick through this just for time, but you can spend a few minutes on each area, wherever you feel like you need it most. Once you've made the lower leg and then you're working into the knee area, then you're gonna go ahead and finish with back up on the upper leg, everything working back up towards the groin area where your lymph nodes are. And once you've made to the groin area, then you can go and do the other leg. Once you get to here, what you wanna do is finish with the abdomen area again, working the fluid back upwards towards your heart. After you've completed your brushing, then you want to go ahead and bathe or shower to help wash away any extra dead skin cells that the brushing might have exfoliated from your skin. Use your towel to pat dry and then apply your moisturizer or lotion. If you found this video helpful, please press the like button and I'll see you all at the next video. Thanks everyone.